Hey everyone, so today I wanted to make a vlog real quickly, basically by some recent events, and I know I'm probably going to get some people being like, don't address the haters and whatever, but this is more of a general thing I want to say, and also there's no other way for me to really say this than besides making a video about it. Um, so basically I wanted to talk about the difference of my life, my personal life, and then my life on YouTube, and how the two kind of connect and stuff. I always have a ton of girls asking me, if they should make videos, what happens if people find their videos from where they go to school and stuff like that. And for the most part, I tell people, go ahead and make videos, it's a positive thing, and if people find out, you're not doing anything bad, you're talking about makeup and beauty products, whatever. But there comes a point where there are a few things that happen that I do feel like are pretty negative. And for me right now, I'm going through the transition of having a life outside of YouTube and having a life on YouTube. Now, a lot of you are so wonderful and supportive, and you are curious about what I'm doing, what's going on with me, and I appreciate that. And there are also a small group of you who are really intrusive, and it's getting to the point where it's making me be discouraged from making videos, honestly, because I feel like I can't have privacy at all. When there are things that I want to talk about, of course I'm going to talk about them with YouTube, and I think that's one part of my channel that is really special, is that I have shared my life and shared struggles and interesting things that have happened to me with my viewers, but there are also things that maybe I don't need to talk about, with you guys. Maybe I don't want to share or I'm not ready to share. And some people take it upon themselves to research or whatever they want to call it. I would more so call it stalking, honestly. And, it comes into play right now where obviously Justin was very involved with my YouTube. He had his own channel and stuff. So, of course, you guys knew all about our relationship. But now that we're not together and, I'm seeing new people, dating new people, um, it's a really tough situation for me to have to explain to a guy that I'm dating that, hey, just so you know, these people on YouTube, some of them are going to try to add you on Facebook and make fake accounts to pull down your information, to figure out where you go to school, all this stuff. And it's really hard to explain that to people. And I've had it happen multiple times, and even with people that I wasn't dating, but I, was talking to or whatever, someone would make these fake Facebooks and add them and all this stuff. And a lot of people get scared off by that, because no one really wants to feel like they don't have any privacy. And a lot of people just don't understand, especially guys. They don't really get, why would someone want to make a fake Facebook to talk to me about you? And I have to explain, well, there are some people that like to write on these gossip sites about me, so that would explain why they do that. And, I'm not trying to diss the gossip sites or anything. That's fine that y'all want to do that. But there is a point where it's not okay. And, if you were in my shoes, you wouldn't want that. I'm not a celebrity or anything like that, so I really shouldn't be under such scrutiny for everything that I do, especially things that I try to keep private. For example, on my own Facebook, it's locked down, but apparently there are some people, maybe I'm friends with them in real life or maybe not, I don't even know, that somehow pull things off my Facebook and post it out publicly on the internet. And that's just not okay, And if it was you in my position, you wouldn't want that happening. So I'm asking as nicely as I can to please respect my privacy and not ruin it for everyone, because if this continues, I don't know how much longer I can create videos and go on with this, because it's starting to affect my personal life when people in my own personal life are being targeted and gossiped about just because they're friends with me. That's not fair, and just because I make videos doesn't mean they should be subjected to this kind of stuff that comes along with making videos. And I understand that when you put yourself out on the internet, there are going to be a few people that are going to be curious about things and that are going to read a little bit more into things. But for right now, the level that it's getting to is just weird, and it doesn't need to be. What does it really matter to you who I'm dating or who my friends are or what I do, on the weekends? What I make videos about is what I want to talk about, and that's what I want you guys to converse with me about. and when there are things that maybe don't relate directly to fashion and beauty and makeup, and I want to share them with you guys, I totally will, and you guys know that I will. So you don't need to try to figure out what's going on and feel like you have this information that's not going to be shared, because it might be, I might want to talk about it in a video. So I hope you guys understand that that's what I mean. You can feel free to comment below if you guys want, but basically, I don't understand. Like, where am I going to catch a break on this? I've asked so many times politely to not pull stuff off my Facebook account or my friend's Facebook account, and I shouldn't have to be responsible for everyone's. I know the rebuttal is going to be, well, if their Facebook isn't locked down, we can take whatever we want. But just don't. Like, save yourself that little bit of gossip and just don't. Like, what are you getting out of it? You're pulling a photo of me from a party with a friend. Like, what does it really matter? I'm completely just like you. I do things with my friends on the weekends. I go out with people. I do stuff, and I want to be able to have a life outside of YouTube. So I hope that you guys can respect that and understand that I'm kind of irritated and frustrated right now, and understand that if it was me in your position, I wouldn't do it to you. I would not spend my time doing that to you, because it's just not fair. And, if I say something or I show you a photo of something, then you have total right to go talk about it, converse about it, whatever you want to do. But if it's something that's in my own personal life that I don't mention, there's probably a reason I'm not mentioning it. Probably because I don't want it to be talked about and I don't want that out in the public. So when people try to do all these crazy things just to get a little bit of information, it doesn't make much sense. So I hope you guys understand that. And this wasn't supposed to be like a pointing the finger rant, just an overall thing of, I want you to understand why maybe I haven't shared as much information in my videos lately, and why I've kind of just not been into making videos, because I literally feel like I can't catch a break. Like, people told me the way that you can keep your personal life out of YouTube is don't talk about it. And I think I've done a pretty good job about not talking about it, but people still find ways to figure stuff out, try to figure stuff out, and just bring in things that have nothing to do with my videos. So I hope you guys understand what I mean, and I appreciate all of you who have been so kind and supportive, because a lot of you have. Like, it's a very small number of people that just push the limit a little bit. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to me, everyone. I do honestly appreciate you listening to me, and I just hope that you understand what I mean. Alright, everyone, have a good night.